Hello my crafty friends, welcome to my channel, A Crafter's Story. I usually do paper crafts and I usually do them for junk journaling, but the reason why I call this channel A Crafter's Story is because crafting is about so much more than just journaling or junk journaling, and it's about anything that you do with your hands and that you make yourself. At least that's my interpretation. And so while this is technically a paper craft because I'm using Teabag paper to make this little rose, I guess I am still doing a paper craft to a degree. So I'd like to show you how eco-friendly it is to make a little rose like this out of just 5 little tea bags and a toothpick and maybe a little bit of this florist's tape. And then I'll show you a couple of variations on how you can change the color or add a little lace. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to place this little one that I've already made into this oasis. I didn't realize when I bought it this stuff is crumbling all over the place, but I'm going to just place this little guy in there, put him aside, and then show you how we do this. So your tea bag, I prefer to use the tea bags that are like little pockets instead of the ones that fold out into a little sheet. Let me get one out and show you. For this particular craft, instead of using these sort of sheet type tea bags, I prefer to use these ones where there would have been, and I unfortunately should have kept one. I didn't, but I cut off where the fold is. I just cut a little bit off and then shook out all the leaves. And you can use a Q-tip. I just stick my finger in there and really just clean it out as much as you can. Get it all cleaned out. And then you need 5 of these. Now these are just small tea bags, but I have these larger ones as well, and with these I wanted to keep the edging because there's a lot of color on the edging, and so I just made a little slit with my a small scissors and did pretty much the same thing as with this one, except that this one has a complete opening and this one's just opened on the one side, and I slit that open, kept that side intact, threw out all the, there's more in there, all the tea bags. So this is from a blood orange herb tea. The coloring on this one is a turmeric latte, golden tea. Let's see, this was just plain chai black tea. This one, I tried to experiment by putting some beet powder, because beet powder is full of iron and I thought it was healthy, in my turmeric tea. And while it made a beautiful tea bag, it didn't taste good. And but I made 5 of them, which I wanted to make sure, is this good? Can I? But I don't like it anyway. But it made a really nice tea bag. So I've got this yellow and pink sort of variation. So alright, so I'm going to put these guys that I've already glued together aside just for a second to show you how you get started. And I'm using some tacky glue because it dries quickly. And so the side where there's an opening, that's the side that I'm going to lay down some glue. See, a little bit of glue there. And then the side that is still intact, where the crimping, where the sealing was done, that side now goes on top of where the glue and the opening of the previous one was. I'm going to do it like that. Okay, and then you're going to do that with 5 tea bags. So I've got, honestly, that's not a magic number at all. That's just my number. You can make them bigger. I don't think less than 5 tea bags is going to be enough to make a little flower like this, but I do think that you could put in more and make this a bigger rose if you want. This is more like a rose bud, but you could absolutely make it bigger. Let's find my little hole there. Okay, there. So that's 3. I'll do 4. I'm going to make sure that I'm filming because this thing cuts out on me. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Yay. There we go. And now just my last one. I'm going to put in, there's no real rule that you have to put the crimped side over the whole side. I just found that when I rolled my flour onto the toothpick, that it looked nicer, but that was a personal choice. All right, so then that is done. That's all you're going to do with your tea bag after you've taken the tea leaves out, cleaned it out as much as you can with maybe a Q-tip or your finger, and then pasted them together. I'm going to put this guy aside so it can dry. And bring, oh, look at the mess I made. Man. So this one's already dry from last night. I pasted it down, and the tacky glue doesn't take a long time to dry. But I wanted to keep going. All right, so I bought 500, gosh, 500 toothpicks in here. I just need a few, so I'll take a few out and put this aside. Now, all I'm going to do is put a tiny little bit of glue just in the corner there, where I'm going to start rolling. Okay, so I'll put my toothpick roughly there and just roll it over and just get some contact there. Now when you guys roll, don't roll tight, roll loose. And what I mean by that is kind of squish it in and twist the toothpick. Sort of fold, crimp it in and turn, crimp in and turn, because if you turn too tightly you're just going to get a roll, and you don't want that. You want the sort of loose petal at the tops. Crimp and roll, crimp and roll, crimp and roll, crimp and roll, push, sort of crumble it, crinkle it, fold it, crease it. Okay, I think you get it right. All right, so there I've got that down. There it's so easy. Now the next thing I'm going to do is again where my last, so I had to use my teeth to get that open, where this last little piece was, where your last edge of the tea bag, I've put a little bit of glue there, and it's just making sure that it doesn't, the toothpick doesn't pull out. Okay, there you go. Now I'm going to take a piece of this florist's tape, and I don't need a whole bunch. I don't know how long a piece I need, so I'm just going to go from the roll. I'm going to start at the base of the flower, of the rosebud, and I'm going to come straight across because you want the starting point to be overlapped, to touch. Oh gosh, I need more sleep. Because what it is, you want this to adhere to the edge of your starting point of the tape, because this is like a waxy tape, and all you're really doing is hiding the toothpick. So I'm just going, I came down, I went back up a little bit, and I'm squashing it with my other finger, and I'm just twisting, and then I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm just going to go, I did that with this one. I went almost all the way down, and I found that when I start putting these into the oasis, it starts pushing up the florist's tape, and it became a bit of gave me some resistance when I put it into the oasis. So you definitely, well, I definitely don't want to go that low, so I'm just going to pull that off, and there we go. It's done. It's that easy. Now you'll notice that this one is very, very red, and I was able to do that with some food coloring. So I'll do this one with food coloring to show you, and then I'll make a bigger one, and I'll make this one with a lace, and then you'll see what they look like. So to color, you could, if you wanted to, before you got started, you could have taken each tea bag and soaked them in a little water and food coloring and made a multicolor. Let's say it's yellow, red, and purple. You could make that all in one, each tea bag's a different color. That could be kind of nice. So you have these multicolor flowers. I like my brown, so just because I like the grungy look of it. So let's just, here it is. I'm going to make another red one. I'm taking some food coloring. I'm taking two little drops of food coloring. I'm really just going to spray it with maybe 5-6 sprays. Let's make that 10 sprays. Because I don't need a lot of water. I just need enough, because this is tea bag paper. It's going to drink up this color and this water. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit, put in my tea bag and kind of plonk, 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 like that. Let it really soak it up. Maybe get some onto the ends. There we go. And maybe this needs a little encouragement to drink up some of the color. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay. I might have done a bit too much water there, guys. Hopefully it won't drip. But let me see if I can get that brown. If I squish it a little bit. Right, that's okay. So there it is. That is the one that we just made and colored. Super, super easy. This is so eco-friendly. If you're doing an event and you're on a budget, this is just one of those ways that you can really make a good, meaningful impact. I think anyway. All right, so let's try this one. I haven't tried one like this with the lace before. So let us see what that looks like. And I'm not going to color this one. I think I'm just going to leave it with the tea bag brown and the white lace. And I'm now trying to decide whether I go this way or that way. And I think I'm going to fold this way, because if I do it the other way, I think I'm going to hide the lace. I put that little bit of glue in the corner here, like so. Get out my little toothpick, and I'm going to start just loosely folding. I think this could, let me see if I can squish it. There we go. Squish it a bit. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. It's gonna be so cool. All right, it's going a little tighter. I think maybe because the lace, there's a whole string of glue on the lace. I don't know if maybe I can open it up a little bit. So the lace is giving me a slightly different shape, because I think there's some rigidity in the glue that is along here. So that's something just to take into consideration. This is now more of a rose bud than it is a rose. You can see how different the fold is, right? Very, very different. But I think it still looks good. So I'm going to get out my tape and get this, because it's very, yeah, I mean, I like it, but I kind of like the without the lace a little bit more. Trying to think how I could use lace without it being, maybe it was the wrong glue. Maybe I need to use maybe just a stick glue. I don't know if that'll hold the lace though. Maybe the extra strength. I mean, that could work, I guess. All right, so there it is. There is our little rosebud. And I think I'm probably going to want, just in a little bit when I'm done here, paste this down so it doesn't stick out so much. Maybe I'll just paste it down like that. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm going to paste these guys together. And I want the hole where I cut to be on the inside. So I'm going to quickly paste these together. And this is obviously going to make a bigger rose. Oh, I don't need any there. I don't need that. Let's take that off. Where can I stick it? There. Stick it on the side. All right, let's get this just pasted down. And while this dries a little bit, I think we can do one of these others. Or do some of... We'll do this little one because I'm quite interested to see what it'll look like with this beetroot powder and the turmeric. And you know, you could purposefully do this. I know it's not eco-friendly for me to say this, but you could purposefully go and buy yourself a very inexpensive box of tea. You get these sort of 100 bags in a box for not much money, and just stick, you know, boil up some water and get them all. It'll take, it took me a while because I did that once before and I sat there with 100 tea bags, cutting them open. But then keep the tea water from that if you do decide to do a bulk tea bag harvesting project, because you could use that tea water to stain some paper. So although you'll be throwing the tea itself out, or don't throw the tea leaves out, go and throw it in your garden. It's a great fertilizer for your garden, tea leaves. That is beautiful. It really does look nice. I like it a lot. Okay, I don't know, I think I might leave that just for another second or so to dry a little bit more, and we'll try that one. So let's quickly do a yellow flower, and then hopefully that bigger tea bag is dry with the glue. And just one thing you could do, if you have Q-tips and you cut them in half and you dip the edge of the Q-tip in some yellow food coloring, you could lay them inside here if you wanted the little is that middle part of a flower? Is that the stamen? I'm trying to think what that's called. It's been a while since I did any kind of biology, guys. I probably should have looked that up. So this yellow is maybe not as impactful as the others, but I think if glue, if the color theme of your event is yellow or sort of pastel colors, I think this yellow turmeric stain would work. And okay, my hands are starting to get full of glue and I'm starting to stick. Okay, let's see if I can. This one's not working as well. Oh, struggling. I am struggling with this one. Okay, but I think I'm winning. Yep, no, I messed this one up, I think. All right, so I'm going to go away just for 5 minutes. I want this one to dry, these bigger tea bags to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll do this one, and then I'll show you all the examples that we did so far. I think this is dry enough now for us to work with. I'm going to put a little bit of this glue in the corner like I did before, and these bigger tea bags, they definitely hold up a bit better. But I don't want to dismiss those little ones because they make cute little rosebuds. But I think that this one's going to make, it's definitely going to be bigger, I think. So I'm doing my crimp and squish and crease and turn. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's definitely a lot fatter at the bottom here, and also definitely a lot bigger, which is really nice. I like that a lot. Where's my tape? Here. Let's get a little bit of that glue. Where's my edge? Oh gosh, I lost the edge. There it is. I found it. It's fine. So I did go ahead while I was waiting for this to dry. I made a few extra of the little one. And I'll show you in a few minutes, as soon as I get this taped up, what it could look like in a little bouquet. Now, I think what would be really nice is if you made 3 or 4 of the little ones and got those little terracotta pots. Oh goodness, why am I struggling with this one? Sorry you guys, let me just see if I can. It's funny enough, much easier to work with the little ones for some reason. Maybe this is just a bit too thick at the bottom. I don't know. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to squish harder with the florist's tape. Maybe I just need to really kind of push down. Yeah, that's working. Oh, I had a moment there where I thought, uh-oh, I made a mistake. But I think I got it. All right, so there we go. Stuck. Oh, goodness. All right, there it is. It worked. Phew, for a moment there, I worried. Now, I was looking through some of my silk flowers from the dollar store, and I always pull off the leaves, and I suppose what I could do is I could add it. Oh, sherbet. What have I done? I pulled it out. That's not good. All right, let me get this. Well, the idea was that you could, all right, I pushed it back up. It's okay. Push this back in. All right, we're okay. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. But I guess what I could have done is I could have put this and then have some leaves on it as well. So there's another idea for you guys to use up some of the leaves from your silk flowers. I'm going to put this guy aside, but I want to use this. Oh, yeah, she wants to be in the show. She doesn't want to be put to the side. You don't put me in the corner. This is the little bouquet that I made just while I was away waiting for that glue to dry, and I think it would look really nice in a pot. So if I had a nice vase, maybe a little terracotta pot that I could put this into, it's just one of those evergreen, eco-friendly little projects that you could do. And I decided to put some leafy accents at the back there. I'm going to do that in the front. I'm just going to take a toothpick, break it in half, put the pointy bit down the center here. Let's find a spot. I think in the front here is a little spot. And then to avoid this pokey bit, I'll put some hot glue there just to cover it. But there you go. Oh, you know what you could do is take some perfume, if you want to perfume your or aromatherapy oil sprays, and you can spray these, and then you have almost like a potpourri type bouquet in your room. So there you go, guys. I hope this is something that you're going to try. It's a lot of fun to do. It's a way to be to have some flowers in your home without spending a ton of money on them. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for visiting with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.